All right, g'day, hi. Blah, can't speak today. G'day, hi, and welcome. All right, what I've got here is my tack mine from the foothills of the tack mine mountains of Japan. Uh, Although this one was from the foothills of the tack mine mountain from Japan, made in China. Yeah, it was weird that Japan will have stuff made in China, but yeah, there we go. This is the lower grade of the tack mines, but it's still a fantastic, fantastic guitar. I've been banging away on this thing for about, I guess, almost 3 weeks now. Absolutely awesome guitar. Of course, as soon as I bought this one, I believe this is a discontinued color, the black one. You might be able to still get it, I know, but they have a blue one now, the translucent blue one, which I wish I would have known about that one because it's my favorite color. But anyway, I'm not going to sell this one to get that one because this one I picked a really, really good one. The action is good. I haven't done an bridge adjustment yet. I will probably in a couple of months. The tuning on this thing, we're going to be talking about tuning today really quick. The tuning on this guitar is impeccable. I've only tuned it twice. Today was the second time I've tuned it. These are the factory strings, so they're okay strings. They're okay strings. I bought some spares. I'm going to go back and get some really nice strings later on as the guitar sort of breaks in and stuff like that, and we start to really discover its tone. Very balanced sounding guitar. Very the tuning. I can't believe how stable this thing is for tuning. At first, you got to kind of retune it after the strings stretch a bit, and it stayed in tune good for about the past 2 weeks. Today was the first day I touched the tuning peg because when the strings finally all leveled out and balanced out and what they stretched, well, it was like it wasn't a full step down. It was like just slightly out of 440, so it would be like A438 or something like that instead of A440. And when I was jamming with my guitar student last week, I noticed that we were a bit out from each other, and we did a little bit of a video, and it came out a little bit. It's like there's no excuse for us having guitars slightly out of tune from each other. It's just tuning one of these can be a daunting task until you get used to it. Once you get used to it, you tune them up just as fast. And we're going to talk about that today. How do you tune a 12 string? Obviously, the obvious is you tune it to A440, but not every 12 string is capable. This one is no problem. This one's tuned A440. Nice perfect pitch. But some 12 strings, they're just way too much tension on the neck. You have to, there's many ways to skin a cat here. What some people do, and we will be talking about capos, is what some people do is they'll tune their guitar a full step down, so like one full fret down here, and then they'll capo it at the second fret to compensate for 440, which lightens the tension on the string so it makes it more playable. Other people, they tune it straight up like I do and up to the pitch, and that's it. Other people, once they've got it to the pitch they want, then they got to decide, do they want it out of phase or not? Which I prefer every string to be in phase, meaning that they're so closely tuned that it's one string, so there's no wave, right? It's chiming up. But some people prefer to have each string slightly, not out of tune for each other, but just off tuning to give almost like a phaser-like kind of sound. So you get, I'll demonstrate with the E here. So there's a little bit of a phase there, so. So it's still in tune, but it gives it a bit of like a bit of a wave, right? Which sounds almost like a natural chorus, right? And back to normal. So I don't know if you guys could hear it, but just a little bit of a wave on each string, and they'll tune it like that. So that's just a tip you can do. What am I doing for time? Yeah, I'm pretty good for time here. So when you're tuning it, so when you first get a 12 string, if you want it to sound real clean like this, you know, tune every string dead on. If you find that the tension's a little too high, or let's say it's an older 12 string, and older 12 strings can be a lot more finicky, and you want to take the stress down on the neck, get yourself a decent 12 string capo, not a regular capo, because you do need that capo. Imagine this guitar's tuned a full step down. This will make it easier to play, so. I highly recommend a capo for so many reasons, even on a regular acoustic. But definitely get yourself. This one's a really good capo. This is a Kaiser. Kaiser? Is it Kaiser? I'm gonna do a review on this capo. It's phenomenal. You got to be Arnold Schwarzenegger to open it, but big, huge spring on it. But it's really good. But let's have a listen to. So there's so many ways you can tune a 12 string. I am going to get into alternate tunings and stuff like that. But this is just more like towards beginner of how to tune the guitar. Last thing I'll recommend is if you're putting new strings on one of these and you took all the strings off, how do you tune it? Well, because let's look at what we got. We got 2 doubles, 2 E's, 2 B's, right, that are the same string. And then when you get to the G, you got an octave string and you've got the regular G. You've got a D octave string and a regular D, an A, an octave string and a regular A, an E, an octave string and a regular E. Tune all your regular strings first, so. Like you'd normally do on your regular guitar, and then bring up the octaves after. Right, when you're tuning it. And you might find that easier. I would definitely recommend, because there's a lot of tension on these guitars, bring up the octave strings just enough that there's tension on them, so when you bring up all the regular strings first, your regular 6 strings first, that it's not so funky on the tension that the guitar becomes hard to tune or whatever. But anyway, I thought I'd give that little tip. 12 strings can be a lot of fun, but they also can be a little bit daunting for people who are new to 12 strings. This is my 3rd one, and it won't be my last one. Absolutely love this guitar. The neck is pretty wide on it, so that's another thing to get used to, but I'm not too bad. I mean, I can do those big... that chord from the Police, those chords from the Police, or the Joe Satriani chord, B chord. Those are about the hardest chords you could play on this on the wide neck like that. So if you play those, you got yourself a real good playing acoustic guitar. So anyway, hopefully that helps with the tuning, and good luck.